I told a social worker the real reason my sister wanted a foster kid. I'm 28, and I have an older sister, Jane, who's 36. Jane is married with 2 kids, a boy and a girl. On the surface, it looks like a normal household, and to anyone outside the family, she plays the doting, tired mom who just needs a little help. But I've lived in that house, and I know better. A few years ago, I moved in with her for what was supposed to be a temporary stay while I figured some things out. That turned into hell on earth. From the moment I unpacked my bags, I wasn't a guest. I was free labor. She expected me to cook, clean, run errands, and watch the kids constantly. Even after I picked up a part-time job, she demanded I hand over nearly half of what I made for rent, all while still expecting full-time babysitting. If I dared to push back or try to make plans for myself, she'd flip. I couldn't breathe without her monitoring it. I was emotionally and physically drained until I finally managed to move out. That experience killed most of the relationship I had with her. Now, we barely talk outside of birthdays or family gatherings, and that's how I prefer it. After I left, she started constantly complaining that she had no help, that nobody wanted to watch her kids, and that it wasn't fair she never got a break. I helped when I could, but I drew boundaries. Just because I'm not at work doesn't mean I want to play full-time nanny again. I'd done my time. Then a few months ago, she dropped a bomb. She told me she was thinking about fostering. Specifically, she wanted to foster a teenager. That raised some red flags right away, so I asked her why. Her answer made my skin crawl. She wanted a 16 or 17-year-old, someone who had been in the system long enough to be grateful. She said she didn't want a young kid because teenagers are easier, and she wouldn't have to do much parenting. She planned to have them share a room with her son, or, if that didn't work, sleep in the garage. Yes, the garage. She was convinced a foster teen would be so thankful for food, clothes, and a roof that they wouldn't mind doing housework, helping with her cookie baking side business, babysitting her kids, cleaning up and running errands. She literally said she wouldn't have to pay them anything. She viewed the foster care system as a way to get a live-in maid/nanny without the cost, and once that teen aged out at 18, she'd just get another one. I told her flat out that she was insane, that what she was describing wasn't fostering, it was exploitation, but she laughed it off, said I was being dramatic. They're just foster kids, she said. They'll be lucky to even have a home. A few weeks went by, and I tried to forget about it, thinking maybe someone at the agency would see through her. Then one afternoon, a social worker showed up at my apartment. Jane had listed me as a character reference for her foster application. No heads up, no warning, just dropped my name like I'd vouch for her. The social worker asked if I had insight into Jane's home and parenting style. I didn't hesitate. I laid out the truth. I told her what it was like living with Jane, how she used me for unpaid labor and treated me like a servant. I told her exactly what Jane had said about wanting a foster teen to do chores, babysit her kids, work her cookie hustle, and sleep in the garage. The social worker kept a straight face but thanked me at the end. 2 days later, Jane called me sobbing. She'd been rejected from the program. The agency told her she and her home were not a good fit. She wanted to know if I'd said anything. I told her yes. I told the truth. She lost it, cursed me out over the phone, accused me of ruining her plans and turning people against her. I hung up. Since then, she's been blasting me with angry texts.